Hi, I'm Dick Gail, jazz musician and drummer, and this is session 8. And the year is about 1962 or something in there, 61, 62. And I'm still with Roy Liberto and the Bourbon Street All-Stars. This is our record. We were signed to Capitol Records and we were making a ton of money then. And it was, 6 pieces, I think. So anyway, what had happened is Capitol wanted us to record, and they didn't want us to record Dixieland tunes. They wanted us to record something new that these bean counters would dream up. So they came up with the idea of doing motion picture themes a la Dixieland. As you can see the title, Motion Picture Themes a la Dixieland. Actually, it wasn't bad, because the band sounded so good. The band could play Happy Birthday Dixieland and it'd sound good. Because Roy Liberto was really a great trumpet player. He had a nice big fat bell tone, Harry James kind of a sound. And he loved Louis Prima. He sang like Louis Prima. He sounded like Louis. And he played like a combination of Louis Armstrong and Harry James, which was perfect for that quintet. So it was trumpet, trombone, baritone, bass, piano, and drums. So it was 6 pieces at this time. So here we are in New York. We're going to cut the album. And they said, we want to use Ed Shaughnessy from the Tonight Show band on drums. And I said to him, kiss my ass. I said, I've been with this band now all this time, and now you're going to bring in somebody else. Well, we got to bring somebody in for the name, because we don't feel that we may have trouble with you. You're the youngest cat in the band. I said, all right, I'll make a deal with you. I said, let's rehearse the tunes. Get the tunes together. If I make one mistake that you have to do anything over for, then you can bring in Shaughnessy. And they said, okay. So they got the tunes together. We had the rehearsal, no problems. So they recorded us in the same hall. It looked like a gymnasium, and it had velvet curtains. I don't know where the hell it was. It was right in New York City, but I can't remember it or what the name of it was. But it was the same hall they recorded Louis in. And they pulled the velvet curtains, and they had a big glass booth up here. And they brought in Mundell Lowe, the guitarist, a wonderful guitar player, to augment the band for these tunes. And we cut them all. I think they made 3 or 4 takes for 5 or 6 of the tunes, but it was either the trumpet player's fault, the bass player's fault. It never was my fault. So the kid from Boston is still good to go. And that's how I got to do the album. So let's see, we went from there, we did Columbus, we did Pittsburgh. We went back to Cleveland. Oh no, after the Metropole, we went back to Cleveland. We did the Theatrical Grill. Then we went back to New York and we did Nick's in the Village. And this is a cute story. We're doing a matinee on Sundays. And who walks in but Don Goldie, who was the trumpet replacement for Louis Armstrong with Jack Teagarden, little Jewish kid from Florida, little fat kid. Let's say a kid, he was in his 50s then. But little fat, rosy cheeks, robust kind of guy, built kind of like me. Beautiful trumpet player, man. Sounded like Maynard. And he was going on the road with a quartet. And he asked me if I'd be interested in going with the band. And I said, no, I was going to stay with Roy Liberto. But in with him, he brought in Barrett Deems. And Barrett and I had become friends when I was playing at the Metropole. Here comes crazy Barrett. So we're standing at the corner, we're having a drink. And I had just bought a brand new set of Gretsch drums. And they were bebop. It was a bebop kit. So I had an 8x12 small tom, a 14x14 floor tom, and a 20-inch bass drum. Those size drums are the wrong things to buy for Dixieland. If anything, they were all playing 24 and 22-inch bass drums and 9x13 floor tom, small toms, and 16x18 or 18x18 floor toms. So Barrett, can I play? Can I play? And Barrett had St. Bart's dance. And the only time he stopped fidgeting was when he picked up a pair of sticks. When he picked up a pair of sticks and started to play, all that stuff stopped, and all that energy and excitement came out in his drumming. He was a great, great drummer, fast as the lightning. So I said, sure, you can go out and play. So he went up and played a set. He carved me a brand new rear end, and then he got off. And I was having a drink, and he said to me, you know, why are you having so much problem with that set? And I wasn't having any trouble with the set. He said, but you sound a lot better. Let me tune the set for you. Let me tune it. So I said, you tune him for me? He said, yeah, me being a kid. He could have said he wanted to burn him for me, and I'd have been happy. Barrett Deems? I said, yeah, go ahead, tune him. He jumped up off the stand, and before you could say don't, he had all of the hoops off, all of the heads off, all of the lugs off, snare drum, small tom, floor tom. Roy Liberto comes over to me in his New Orleans brogue and says, my man, are you crazy? Look at what that madman is doing. He's got all these drums apart. We got to be up there in 15 minutes. He said, he's going to be 5 hours. He said, go, stop that maniac. So I went up on stage and I told Barrett, I said, Barrett, you got 10 minutes. I said, oh, they're going to kill me. All right, give me a hand. So I gave him a hand. We put them all together and he tuned them up. He tuned them up because he's got hands of stone and he's got all kinds of technique. I have hands of velvet. I have very little technique. I got up there, the drums were like playing on glass. They were so hard and tuned so high, I couldn't play shit on them. And it took me a week to get them back in my tunings. And that was a story with Barrett Deems. And every time I think about him, I die laughing, man. He was such a nice cat. And I haven't seen him since. He's still alive. And if I should run into him, I'm going to tell him that story again.